Hello students, this is Shahshikiran, your economics faculty, and most important, all the three papers are done. Finally, you are coming to the last paper. We give the statement now, best comes always at the last. Definitely yes. I hope your all the first three papers are went really amazing. Now let us understand like what are all the important aspects that you need to give a most important concentration before going to your examination, that is paper 4 economics. So most of you guys feel, I know that sir, economics is a theory paper, irrespective of whatever that I have studied, end of the day I feel a lot of confusion, maybe I'm finding it difficult to remember concepts. Sir, which are those most important things, sir? These are the must see concepts before going to exam, sir, at least to get 70 marks, sir. This is the most common question which I have been asked in the class by my students. I say 70 is not a difficult task at all, man. You can up to 80, you can score it easily. I keep on saying this in the class. My students will be knowing. See, if you have attended your classes regularly, without bunking, without chit-chatting in the class, if you have understood the concepts, scoring 60 is not at all a difficult task. 60 is like bare minimum guaranteed. Sir, in the 60s, sir, what should all I concentrate on? Definitely, I will teach you. I will say you what all has to be there in this. Now, after going back home, if you have done some extra efforts, maybe sitting and studying ICA material, ArivuPro material, and solving the question papers, and also put in some extra efforts, plus 20 to guaranteed. Man, automatically you will come somewhere between 80 marks. Sir, I'm not satisfied with 80 and all, sir. We need to score little more. Then what should I do? 80 and above. Now comes the beauty part. MTP, RTP, all old question papers, all interlinkages between the concepts. Definitely you can score 80 plus. So this is where usually our questions and all this MTP papers, RTP papers, old question papers, my students would have solved it. And people who has not solved it, sir, should I take it now? Don't. At least this present MTPs, MTP series 1, MTP series 2, that at least you cover. Minimum 5 to 8 marks straight away it will come from that MTP itself. Sir, out of 100, just 5 to 8 mark. Yes, every mark counts. So 5 to 8 marks will definitely come from the MTP. So this is the entire scale of your marks. See, if you have attended the classes, if you know the concepts, relax, stay calm. Definitely you can score 60. If you have done all the questions, back book question solving, all this RTP, MTP, and all the ICA materials, definitely you can score additional 20 marks. So 80 to minimum guaranteed, man. So do not worry about it. Sir, now what are all the important chapters? See, this is the next biggest question what we keep on getting in the class, or maybe I keep on receiving a lot of text from the students. See, every chapter has its own weightage. See, this is according to my expectation. This is what we are seeing from the past trends, maybe from the past question papers. These are the number of questions has been asked from the micro as well as macro. Now, kindly mark this down. Chapter number 1, somewhere you can expect between 6 to 8 marks. Bare minimum 6 and a maximum of 8 marks. And this is the most important chapter you can't ignore at all in your microeconomics, especially the concepts of demand, supply and consumer behavior. Somewhere you can expect 14 to 18 marks. The most of the questions are going to come from the chapter 2 as well as from the chapter 4. If you see the past question papers, 2 and 4 is going to play the major role somewhere. Exactly same 14 to 18 marks. See, these are just my predictions according to the past papers, whatever we are seeing. But ICA can also change this. But these are approximate. And chapter 3, sir, don't you think chapter 3 is important? Definitely chapter 3 is important. Somewhere you can expect 10 to 14 marks or even more than 14 marks sometime. But these 3 chapters, at most important. Chapter 2, chapter 4, chapter 3. This is the order in which you can go ahead. So these are the important chapters. Sir, business cycle, sir, how many marks can we expect? 6 to 8 marks. Again, see, first chapter and fifth chapter are chota mota. Combined together of 1 and 5, somewhere you can expect some 12 to 15 marks, I can say. So these are the marks weightage, what you get from 1 and 5, but the major markings are going to come from 2, 3 and 4 in the microeconomics. Next, sir, in the macroeconomics, which is the most important chapter, sir. This is where, sir, chapter 6 full national income, sir. Most of the people find it difficult here because of numerical problem, Keynesian theory. Sir, especially this unit 1, national income accounting, unit 2, Keynesian theory. Sir, what should I concentrate more on? Both. This is one of the most important chapter in your macro. Sir, then how many marks can I expect from this national income? Somewhere from 8 until 14. you can expect. Sir, can I expect a practical problem from this? Definitely yes. Sir, in Keynesian theory, which sector model is most important? Is it 2 sector, 3 sector, 4 sector? All the three are important, but high chances will be from 2 sector and 4 sector, especially investment multiplier questions. Numerical problems can be asked from the investment multiplier. So remember, in national income accounting, GDP from factor cost to GDP at market price conversion, or else nominal GDP, real GDP, GDP deflator. Those are the chota mota questions which you can expect in the practical problems over there. And same way, in case of a Keynesian theory, you can expect the questions from MPC calculation, MPS calculations. That is important. There you can't ignore the chapter 6. Next comes chapter 7. Sir, what is the marks weightage of the chapter 7? And an average, see, from 7, 8 and 9. And on average, all these three chapters, we can expect somewhere between, again, 7 marks to 14 marks. It can be anything. See, it is almost equal in the macroeconomics. It's not like high variations will come. Variations will come only in microeconomics. And last chapter, sir, this is the irritating chapter of your economics, sir. I know that. Full on theory, full on data. Sir, can I ignore this chapter? Very much yes. Provided if you are confident with the remaining 9 chapters. So from the chapter 10, somewhere you can expect 5 to 8 marks. Probability is not more than 8 marks, 5 to 8 marks. So usually I say to my students, if you have enough time, then go ahead with the chapter 10. But before entering the chapter 10, kindly complete all the remaining 9 chapters. And the most important chapters of macro is 6 and 9. And in case of money market, money multiplier concept, M1, M2, M3, M4 calculation. Over there, you can expect a practical problem. So practical problem can be expected from chapter 8, from chapter 6. In chapter 7, sir, which is that one important topic definitely I need to look into, sir, that is externalities, government interventions. All those chapter, market failure and government intervention to correct market failure, budget. That is where most of the MCQs can be expected in this attempt. If at all we see the past 2 papers, few of the questions are revolving around in the same patterns. So this is my prediction. This is my expectation. Now, let's go ahead, sir. How the preparation has to be. I know that already you guys have prepared from past 2-3 months. In this, remember, even if you have covered, let's say around some 80%, that would be really sufficient. I used to say this in the class. Categorize it into A, B, C. What is this A, B, C? Sir, A, I'm confident of. Definitely, if any question comes from this category A, for sure I'm going to score the marks. Superb. Somewhere, some 50% of your syllabus will be in this category A. Definitely, you're confident of. Sir, category B, sir, it's like 50-50, sir. I know this concept, but still one round of brush up revision is required. Sir, this will be around some 30%. Yes, definitely, yes. Sir, category C, I don't know this, sir. I've skipped this. I feel it as difficult. Ignore. Now, don't put extra stunts and all. Don't sit and prepare this category C. Even if you have covered 80% of your syllabus, definitely it is amazing. And remember, all 10 chapters, length and breadth coverage, you had enough time. 6 months of preparation you have taken. At least out of that 6 months, past 2 months, you have given your heart and soul into it. Enough. Whatever you have studied, be confident from that. That is the most important thing. See, most of the students know the concepts. They know the answer. They know where exactly they will be falling ahead. So these are the people who have a confidence. I know this question. I know this answer. Definitely I'm going to attempt. But if 1 or 2 questions are in a difficult manner when you open the question book, don't feel bad. Skip that question. Go ahead. So how to present answers? That is the most important thing. Suppose out of 100 questions, there is no rule that you should attend all 100 questions. No, don't make that foolishness attempt. Even if you can able to attempt somewhere between 60 to 80 marks, really good. I don't suggest you to attempt just 60. At least 75 plus up to 80, even if it is 85 questions if you have attended. Definitely good. Sir, I know only 60 questions, sir. I am confident of that 60 questions. Should I attend only that 60 question and come out? Yes. Take your risk. Attend only that 60 and come out. But don't over attempt. That is the most important thing. Sir, I'm 99.99% confident on this question, sir. I know the answer. But that 0.1% of doubtfulness is there, sir. Should I attend? I usually suggest not to attend. See, don't take that risk. First, attend. only those questions which you are 100% confident of. In your 2 hours of exam, definitely you will be taking 1.5 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes to attend those questions which you know and which you are confident of. And the last 30 minutes, that is where you will come back to the question which you are not confident of. You will try to do mix match, all this kind of calculations, everything. I suggest you first cross verify all those 75 questions which you have attended in this 1.5 hour, and still if you have a time, that is when try to see if you are confident enough. If you really want to take that risk, I usually don't recommend you to take that risk. See, most of the students will argue this. Sir, suppose just assume, sir, I have attended 4 questions. Sir, in this 3 questions are wrong. 1 question is correct, sir. Nullified now. Or let's say 5 questions I have attended. Sir, 4 questions are wrong. 1 question is correct. Automatically I get nullified. Now, yes, that is only when 1 question is correct. Just assume all 5 are wrong. So don't take a risk. So every marks will count, especially you are writing the last paper. Especially after writing the first 3 paper, you will be doing all these permutations and combinations in your mind. Accounts, I will get so and so. Law, I will get so and so. Maths, I will get so and so. Now economics, I have to pull my score. Yes, man, this is the beautiful paper where definitely you can pull your score. Easily you can score somewhere beyond 70, somewhere beyond 80. Provided if you have studied, if you have a confidence, definitely yes. Sir, what if economics paper will be difficult like a last attempt? What should I do? Sir, last attempt we saw the question paper. To be frank, it was not difficult. It was only tricky paper. Sir, what if the same paper repeats like that, similar pattern repeats? 2 things. Number 1, stay calm. Whatever you know, first you attend that. Whichever questions you don't know, kindly leave it. Don't take that risk. And sir, if I'm getting tensed in the examination hall after seeing into the question paper, sir, what should I do? Close everything, sit, close your eyes, relax for 2 minutes. If possible, take some 50 paisa, 1 rupee chocolate with you. Better you eat it, you relax first. See, if you are relaxed, you will crack your exams in the most beautiful way. If you are tensed, definitely even the known topics, there is a high chances that you will mess up. So patience is a key, calmness is a key, and most important of all, one day before examination, the day you are watching this video, today night, don't sit and study overnight. That is the disaster. Maximum last you should touch your book is 9 o'clock or maximum 9:30 or maximum worst scenario 10 o'clock at the night time. Close it, relax yourself, keep your mind calm. That is the most important key. Get up in the early morning. Sir, after getting up in the early morning, what should I do? Should I revise? Definitely yes. Sir, how should I revise it? You would have made all the important questions, whatever the 1,000 questions, 1,500 questions, whatever you guys have solved in the past 6 months, in that important, you would have marked, go through that. Just look into that questions, check the answers. Are you able to crack it in the proper way? And sir, should I open your marathon material? Should I refer it? Definitely yes. It should be like a flipping the pages and revising things. Don't take any new topics at the last moment. Even if you have covered 70 to 80% of syllabus, that is really good. Feel happy for that. Nothing. You don't have to do anything at the last moment. New experiments, new kind of learning. Don't do it. And sir, my friend will call me up, sir. My faculty said this is most important topic. Have you studied this? Say no. No, I didn't study that. Whatever your friend asks, just tell him, no, I have not done it. No, I don't know it. Stay calm first. Clear? Make a quick revision. That would be the enough one on the day of examination. And close your books at the 11 o'clock, maximum 11 o'clock. Your examination is at 2 o'clock. Close it at 11. Feel relaxed. Stay calm. Go to the exam center. And even after going to the exam center, going there at the corner and opening the book and flipping the pages, not required, You have studied. You have already studied like 3-4 months. Enough. Sufficient. Stay calm. Relaxed. That is the key. If any of your friend comes and asks you, have you studied that topic, this topic? No, I have not studied. Are you writing the exam? Tell them, no, I'm not writing exam. First, stay calm. That is the most important key. Don't get tensed. Don't compare yourself with your friends. Clear, Sir, then what should I do one day before examination? Sir, what are all the important topics in this? Let me say the important topics. Kindly mark this down and kindly go through this once. With respect to the chapter 1, that is Introduction to Business Economics, micro and macroeconomics differences. That is important. And pragmatic science, especially whether economics is a science or arts. Over there, positive science, and normative science. Those differences you might get a questions. And unit 2 of chapter 1, that is types of economy and the basic problems of economy. These are the 4 important topics which you should definitely look into from chapter 1. From chapter 2, unit 1, demand. The most important concept is exceptions to the law of demand. Giffen's goods, inferior goods concept. That is where most of the questions can come. Income elasticity, especially E greater than 1, E lesser than 1, E equal to 0, E equal to infinite. What are those? From there you can expect a question. And cross elasticity of demand numerical problem, most important. In cross elasticity we don't have formula method and arc method. Straight away you need to use that percentage formula. I am keep on repeatedly saying this. What is the cross elasticity of demand formula? Percentage change in quantity demanded of good A. Let's consider good A and good B divided by percentage change in price of good B. So you don't have a formula method or arc method in cross elasticity. This formula has to be used, and answer for substitute goods will be in positive. Answers for complementary goods will be in negative. Clear? And over there in cross elasticity, E greater than 1, E equal to 1, E lesser than 1. Those values are important. And advertisement elasticity same, E greater than 1, lesser 1. Those values. And most repeated question, and also where you people will do mistakes, is a total outlay method. In price elasticity, relationship between price and outlay. Outlay is also called as total revenue. So I have created a shortcut in the class. What is that shortcut? There were 3 concepts. Suppose if E is greater than 1, if E is greater than 1, we have dash relationship, we have a negative relationship. That means whenever price increases, outlay will decrease. Whenever price decreases, outlay will increases. There is an inverse relationship. And complete opposite for E lesser than 1. There is a positive relationship. If price increases, outlay will also increase. If price decreases, outlay will also decrease. This is the area where you might go wrong. Clear? This is in terms of price elasticity. Increase and decrease in demand, expansion and contraction of demand. You can just flip around that as a connection with chapter 4, unit 2, graph. All that graphical representation, that is where increase, decrease, expansion, contraction is important. Whatever I said, same opposite topic will be in case of a supply. Determinants of supply, from there questions can come. Law of supply, again elasticity of supply, E greater than 1, E lesser than 1, E equals to 1. All those elements are important. Only price elasticity is given in the supply. There is no income elasticity in supply or cross elasticity or advertisement. Again, expansion, contraction, increase and decrease. So those graph is important for chapter 4, unit 2, that is determination of price. Last attempt, if you have observed, whatever the same questions was there in ICA material, same graph. If you remember, let me just write that graph. You will remember that concept. See, there will be a demand curve, there will be a supply curve. So this is supply curve, this will be a demand curve. So there is a new demand curve D1, another demand curve D2. There is a new supply curve S1, there is another supply curve S2. So there will be 9 different equilibrium points, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. This is the last topic of chapter 4, unit 2. That same to same questions with the different name, the questions have come in the exam. Same question, expectations are there to repeat it once again. If not, demand increases more proportion, supply decreases less proportion. That permutation combination, some 20 graphs were there. From there, you might get the question like what is happening to price and what is happening to quantity. That is important. Clear? With respect to consumer behavior, LDMU concept is the most important. Indifference curve concept is the most important. And equilibrium conditions, especially in case of consumer surplus theory, single commodity, 2 commodity, 3 commodity, industry equilibrium, all those are important. Now, when we come to theory of production and theory of cost, let me first say for theory of cost, that is the order in which we do it in the class now. In theory of cost, most important topic is the average cost concept, LAC, SAC, economies of scale, diseconomies of scale. Those concepts, accounting cost, economic cost, explicit cost, implicit cost, opportunity cost. This is where, and you might also get a numerical problems from theory of cost, that particular tabular form. You need to calculate and you need to identify where is the least cost and where exactly the organization is optimal. Those kind of numerical problems. from theory of cost. Clear? Rest remaining chota mota things are there like social cost, private cost. This is easy concept. Next, when you come to theory of production, most important, law of variable proportion, whole concept, especially from the table of law of variable proportion, that labor is a variable factor. From that table, you can expect a MCQ questions. Law of variable proportion, full on important, and law of returns to scale to some extent, and tortoise shell concept. In my marathon class also I have explained it in detail. This is AP curve, this is AC curve. There are two concepts. One is rate of increase, another one is rate of decrease, another one concept is a value concept. So two opposite diagonal places you need to be careful. Rate of increase, rate of decrease, and value concept. That differentiation or comparison between AC, MC, AP, MP, this is important. That is the one important area which you should consider, especially comparison between average cost, average product, average concepts and marginal concept. And connection of chapter 4 was there, if you remember. This is AC curve. MC curve will cut AC curve from below end minimum. And in law of variable proportion, the entire graph starts from the point where MC is minimum. This graph, if you remember, the triangular competition. This is AC curve. This is AFC curve. This is AVC curve. And this was x-axis, y-axis. And this is how the MC curve will be. So when MC is minimum, this is the point where law of variable proportion graph will start. Once they have asked this question like this, from the graph, they will get you a MCQ question, concept knowledge. Clear? Already we have done this in the class. Next up, when you go to the chapter 4. So in the chapter 4, especially monopoly concept and price discrimination, that is the important. And in perfect competition market, characteristic features of perfect competition market, and the concept of firm equilibrium, MC equals to MR, maximum output level of the organization. That is where the repeated questions are going to come. Last but not the least, chapter 5, business cycle, indicators, leading indicator, lagging indicator, coincidental indicator. From there repeated questions will come, and causes of business cycle, and expansion phase and contraction phase. These two phases are important. Clear? These are the microeconomic important concepts. Next, let us enter into the macroeconomics. As I said, national income accounting, GDP concepts are important. At most important is GDP. Personal income calculations can be asked. And what is the usefulness of national income, GDP and welfare? They might ask the question. Till now the questions have not come. I am expecting a question in this attempt. Clear? And after that, Keynesian theory, two sector model is completely important, especially MPC and APC. Clear? And especially you people will go wrong in one single place. Whenever income increases or whenever income decreases, MPC remains constant. MPC will not change. MPC remains constant. Then what will change? Whenever income increases, average propensity to consume will be having a dash relationship, positive or negative. So these graph, this particular table, those are important. Reaction of APC, proportionate changes. That can be the question. Clear? So remember, MPC will be constant. MPC will not change. This is important. This can be a questions like this. Yes, all smota, chota, mota, wherever common mistakes you guys will do na. Those are the areas usually from the Keynesian theory questions will come. And another important area in Keynesian theory is the investment multiplier. The entire concept of investment multiplier is important. And four sector model, when imports are greater than exports, when GNP will be greater than GDP, that is important. Clear? And when it comes to chapter number 7, 4 units are there. Unit number 1 is Chotu. From the words of Adam Smith, from the words of Richard Musgrave, 3-branch taxonomy. That is the important topic of Unit 1. Unit 2, full on important market failure and government intervention of market failure, especially externality and incomplete information. Those are the two important area, and equitable distribution of income and wealth. From those areas, multiple times the questions has been asked. That is important. Clear? And budget. The first part of the budget chapter is full on important, especially kindly see the examples, which all comes under revenue receipt, which all comes under revenue expenditure, which all is going to come under capital receipt, which will come under capital expenditure, what is fiscal deficit, primary deficit, those things. Concept wise, theory, complete theory, only theory questions will come. Practical questions is not there from the budget. Clear? And after that, last but not the least unit, that is fiscal policy. In that fiscal policy, remember, counter cyclical fiscal model concept, and crowding out, most important, clear, and all those four important elements which we have discussed: government expenditure, tax rate, interest rate, budget, how it is going to operate at the time of inflation and deflation. Those concepts are important. Chapter 8. So entire chapter 8 is a complete technical concept, especially in that money demand, money supply. Just go through it. All the topics. See, average weightage is there. In that, I can't keep on saying this is important, this is important. Entire chapter 8, you can give it a try, wherein which all the concepts are main technical concept, especially money multiplier concept, credit multiplier concept, M1, M2, M3, M4 concept, and liquidity trap, crowding out, liquidity trap. These two, interconnection between these two, those are important. And chapter 9, there are 5 units in that, especially unit number 1 is most easiest. What are all the theories of international trade? In that theory, absolute advantage, comparative advantage, HO theory, these 3 are the important elements. After the theories of international trade, next we have a unit 2, especially all our tax policies and what are the different types of tariff, non-tariff measures. Those are important. All the 13 types of tariff, everything is important. Clear? Especially anti-dumping duty, countervailing duty, give it an importance over there. And unit number 3, WTO concepts are important, RTA concepts are important, types of RTA are important. Clear? Unit number 4, exchange rate mechanism, determination of exchange rate, nominal exchange rate, real exchange rate, those are important. And types of exchange rate, fixed exchange, floating exchange rate, especially under fluctuating, we have a dirty float, that is what India follows, managed float, those are important. Difference between fixed and floating exchange rate, the last differentiation in that chapter is important. And last but not the least, FDI concepts are full on important. From FDI concept only most of the times questions have come. FII or FPI, very least chances of getting, but FDI is most important question. Clear? After that, last chapter, Indian economy. In Indian economy, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Read this enough. And if you still have got a time, definitely kindly go through with history and especially industrial changes, especially after 1991, liberalization, privatization, globalization, and especially industrial changes. 1956, 1948, industrial policy resolution, industrial policy statement, 1991, new economic policy reforms, and now industrial resolution 4.0, 2025. These give a importance for industrial sector, even over there. Clear? So these are all the important topics which you can cover. If you can cover these topics now, definitely up to 80 marks you can easily score. And most important, final tip. Remember, whenever your friend comes and asks you anything, again and again I'm repeating this. This is where usually my students will go wrong. They will get tension. So don't get tension. Pro tip. Stay calm. Remember, I keep on teasing you people in the class. What do you mean by CA? CA means come again. No man, CA means certainly achievable. If you are calm, if you are composed, definitely it is certainly achievable. Clear? Don't go always on this marks weightage. Kindly have a clarity on the concepts. If at all you feel any question is tricky, sir, any question is like confusing me a lot, leave that question, go to the next question. I have keep on saying this in the class every single time. If you remember, you have total 100 questions and you have only 120 minutes. That means on an average 120 divided by 100. So you cannot waste your time. You have less than almost like 1 minute 20 seconds you need to take if you need to attend all 100 questions. Even if I consider only 75 questions you guys are going to attend out of this 120 minute, that is 1.66, almost like 1 minute 36 seconds or 32 seconds, 1.5 minutes. Let's consider 2 minutes. On an average, what you should spend for one single question is 2 minutes. Average. Few questions, by just looking into the question, you will mark your answer. You will hardly take 10-15 seconds. Few questions, you might go up to 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Don't be disheartened. Average, you are giving only 2 minutes to one single question. Clear? Make sure that at least 75 to 80 questions you are bare minimum attending. Sir, if I know lesser than this, don't worry. Attend how much ever you know and come back. Sir, if paper is difficult, sir, what should I do? Don't panic. Man, you can definitely crack it. This is the last paper. Here the intention is not about the passing. Here the intention is about the scoring as much as possible. Already I know that, man, you guys are experts in accounts. Definitely you guys will be somewhere having some 70 to 80 as an expectation. In law, somewhere between from 50 to 70 you have an expectation. Automatically in maths and stats, this time paper will be definitely good. I know that. Already your expectation will be somewhere between some 60 to 70 marks. and an average you have already scored around 180 approximately. In my expectation, in this first three papers only, aram se 160 to 180 you guys have scored. Hardly you need is a 40 marks in economics to clear your examination. Here the intention is not to clear exam. Man, my intention is scoring 60, 70, 80 here. That means surpassing 220, 240, 250. This is where you can pull your scores. Economics paper is there to pull, maximize your score as much as possible. And most importantly, every marks counts. Especially for the students who feel, sir, no, my law paper didn't go well. Paper was lengthy. I knew the answer, but I was unable to write it properly, sir. My expectation in law is not even above 50, sir. Somewhere between 40 to 50. I might have done wrong in presentation of answer. Maybe in accounts or maybe in maths and stats. Don't feel disheartened. Man, definitely you can pull up your scores in economics paper. It is possible. See, once in a lifetime, economics paper will be difficult paper. Last attempt, definitely it was a difficult paper according to students' point of view. But it was tricky from my point of view. You don't expect that economics is going to be difficult. No, economics will not be difficult if you have studied well. It is the most easiest and the scoring paper. Remove that from your mind. Difficultiness is only in your mind, not in reality. So don't think it is going to be difficult. Definitely it will be easy. It is going to be easy. You can crack it. You will score it well. Meet you guys in CA inter examinations. Clear? All the best. Be confident. Write your exams. Come out. Then we will have a question paper discussion. Then enjoy until your results. Next, we are going to meet you in your CA intermediate. Clear? All the best. Bye bye. Do your examination well. And my students, especially, let me know how did your paper go, how much you guys are going to score this time, and you remember the challenge. If I am not wrong, if you remember, I've already promised you certain things. Clear? Bye bye. We'll meet you guys.